But what if I told you that a single coin, so small you can hold it between your fingers, could be the key to unimaginable wealth? Imagine holding in your hand a piece of history so rare, so secretly valuable, that collectors have paid nearly $1 million for it. And it's sitting, unnoticed, in pocket change across America. Meet the 2009 no mint Mark Lincoln cent, a coin that has been quietly shocking the numismatic world. On the surface, it looks like any ordinary penny. Copper, familiar, everyday. But appearances are deceiving. Beneath that humble exterior lies a series of errors so rare, so meticulously hidden, that discovering one could change your financial life forever. Why do experts whisper about it like it's a treasure map waiting to be found? The answer is simple: it shouldn't exist. Every 2009 Lincoln cent was supposed to carry a mint mark: D for Denver, P for Philadelphia, S for San Francisco, but a few rare pennies slipped through the cracks without one. This small detail, a missing letter that the human eye might overlook, has turned ordinary coins into legends. Not all no-mint mark pennies are created equal. Some display subtle doubling, misaligned strikes, or tiny die cracks that are invisible to casual collectors. These hidden errors are the real moneymakers. Picture this: a single misprint, a microscopic imperfection, can elevate a coin from a few cents to tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yes, hundreds of thousands. The world of coin collecting is ruthless, secretive, and astonishingly rewarding for those who know where to look. The truth is stranger than fiction. Reports from top auction houses reveal sales of 2009 no-mint Mark Lincoln cents reaching eye-popping figures, one even nearing $999,000 in top condition. That's right, nearly $1 million for a coin you could have tossed in a jar and forgotten about last week. Can you imagine that? One tiny, copper disc holding the power to rewrite your financial story. Most people will never see this coin. It's hidden in circulation, buried in rolls, tucked away in dusty drawers, waiting for someone curious or daring enough to spot it. Could that someone be you? The thrill comes from the hunt. Consider this: experts have identified only a few dozen of these ultra-rare coins. Each discovery is a headline, a moment that sends shockwaves through the numismatic community. Imagine the adrenaline of checking a roll of pennies and finding that one impossible coin, unmarked, flawless, screaming rarity. Would you know what to do if it happened to you? The errors themselves are not always obvious. Some are almost imperceptible, only visible under magnification, or when viewed at just the right angle. These hidden flaws, known as die anomalies or struck off-center variations, are the fingerprints of history, accidental signatures left by machines, human oversight, and the chaos of minting. In the world of coins, these imperfections are gold. Literally, it's nothing short of shocking. Even lower-grade examples of the 2009 no-mint mark penny can fetch thousands. But in pristine condition, perfectly preserved, untouched by circulation, with that impossible no-mint mark error, the coin has approached a staggering 9-figure valuation in certain circles. The exact numbers are mind-blowing. One sale in recent years reportedly reached $999,000. Almost $1 million for what most people dismiss as everyday spare change. Can you feel the tension? The possibility that the next coin you pick up could be your golden ticket? Because the window is closing. Coins are being discovered, documented, and sold at record-breaking prices. Each roll of pennies emptied from jars in basements or wallets could either hold the next legend or fade into history, unnoticed. Every day, potential fortunes are passing by, unclaimed. That's the urgency. That's the suspense. That's the call to action whispering in your ear. Look closely. Check twice. Every penny could be your last shot, or your first fortune. Now, imagine yourself in the story. You're sifting through coins. Your fingers pause. One penny feels different. You pick it up. No mint mark. Your heart races. You inspect it. Could this be it? The coin that could turn decades of dreaming into reality? You don't just see a penny. You see possibility. You see history. You see millions of reasons to never overlook the small details again. You don't need to be a professional numismatist to find one. All you need is curiosity, patience, and a willingness to see what others ignore. The 2009 no-mint Mark Lincoln cent isn't just a coin. It's a challenge, a test of observation, a secret lottery that anyone can enter. You could stumble upon it in the change from your local grocery store, a jar in the attic, or a forgotten coin collection you inherited. Its power lies not in its size, but in its story, and its price tag. So, the next time you hold a penny, don't just see copper. See potential. See history. See the possibility that the next coin you pick up could be worth more than your wildest dreams. The 2009 no mint mark Lincoln cent is more than an anomaly. It's a symbol of hidden treasure, waiting for someone brave enough to find it, smart enough to recognize it, and bold enough to claim it. Because in the end, fortune doesn't favor the cautious. It favors the curious, the observant, the dreamers who dare to look twice at what everyone else dismisses as ordinary. The next time you glance at that spare change in your pocket, remember, one of those pennies could be your secret fortune hiding in plain sight. Will you be the one to find it? Imagine holding a tiny piece of history in your hand. So small, you might overlook it at first glance. A coin you pass every day, tucked away in your pocket, your drawer, or your spare change jar. But what if I told you that among those ordinary coins, there exists a rare anomaly so valuable, so shocking, that it has sent collectors into a frenzy, selling for sums that can turn ordinary Americans into instant millionaires? This is the story of the 1972 no mint mark Lincoln cent, a coin so elusive, so mysterious, that even seasoned numismatists can barely believe it exists. The Lincoln cent has been a staple of American currency for over a century. Most of them pass through our hands unnoticed, their copper surfaces dulled by time, their faces familiar, almost mundane. But the 1972 no mint mark penny is anything but ordinary. Unlike its common counterparts, this coin carries a secret, one that only the most eagle-eyed collectors notice. A minting error so rare that it transforms a simple penny into a treasure worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. You see, the vast majority of 1972 pennies were struck at the Denver Mint, and as a result, they bear a small D mint mark. But what happens when a coin slips through the production process entirely, missing its mint mark? What happens when one of these rare anomalies survives decades of circulation and ends up in the hands of someone who recognizes its true value? That's when ordinary cents become legends. Experts describe the 1972 no mint mark penny as a coin that defies expectation. Its rarity is matched only by the astonishing prices it commands in pristine condition. In fact, some top-graded specimens have sold for jaw-dropping amounts, up to $752,000 in the marketplace. Yes, you heard that right. Over $750,000 for a single penny. Can you imagine finding one tucked away in your change jar, completely unaware that it could be your ticket to financial freedom? The answer lies in the world of mint errors. Coins are produced in massive quantities, and the machinery that strikes them is precise, but not infallible. Occasionally, a planchet bypasses a step, a die malfunctions, or a mint mark is omitted. These mistakes create coins that are one of a kind, or at least one of a very few. For collectors, rarity is everything, and the 1972 no mint mark Lincoln cent embodies that principle perfectly. The 1972 no mint mark penny isn't just rare, it's deceptive. At first glance, it looks almost identical to a standard Philadelphia strike. You might not even notice the absence of the mint mark unless you know exactly what to look for. That subtle difference is what makes this coin a hidden gem, a sleeping giant in the world of numismatics. Many collectors have discovered their fortune only after closely inspecting a seemingly ordinary penny under magnification. One moment, it's just another coin. The next, it's potentially worth hundreds of thousands, and the suspense doesn't end there. Reports from auction houses and private sales have documented some incredible transactions. High-grade examples of the 1972 no mint mark penny have shattered expectations, with certified specimens reaching as much as $752,000. Think about that, a coin you could hold in your hand, smaller than a paperclip, carrying the potential to rival the value of a luxury sports car or even a modest house. The idea that such wealth could be hiding in the simplest of places is enough to make any coin enthusiast's heart race. First, examine the coin closely. The missing mint mark is the key, but that's just the beginning. Collectors also look for additional anomalies, subtle doubling, or unusual die characteristics that could further elevate the coin's value. In the numismatic world, attention to detail is everything. And the 1972 no-mint mark penny rewards those who are meticulous, patient, and observant. Now, imagine yourself holding one of these coins. You've spent decades accumulating pennies, searching through rolls and jars, unaware that one of them could be a once-in-a-lifetime find. Your pulse quickens. Could it really be the fabled 1972 no-mint mark penny? Could this tiny, unassuming coin be worth enough to change your life forever? It's a scenario that has captivated collectors for decades, a tantalizing blend of hope, luck, and perseverance. Despite all the reported sales and certified specimens, the full extent of the 1972 no-mint mark penny's existence is unknown. How many remain hidden in circulation, waiting to be discovered? How many are tucked away in wallets, jars, and drawers, their owners completely oblivious to the fortune lying in their hands? The uncertainty only heightens the allure, transforming an ordinary penny hunt into a suspense-filled treasure quest. In a world where opportunities for sudden wealth often seem out of reach, the 1972 no-mint mark Lincoln cent stands as a symbol of possibility. It reminds us that sometimes the extraordinary is hiding in plain sight, that fortunes can be found where you least expect them, that all it takes is curiosity, diligence, and a keen eye to turn the mundane into the miraculous. Will you hold them up to the light, examine them closely, and wonder, just wonder, if one of them could be the key to your own numismatic jackpot? The 1972 no-mint mark Lincoln cent is more than a coin. It's a story, a mystery, a dream made tangible. And for those who dare to look, who dare to explore, it offers the ultimate reward, a shot at a life-changing discovery that could elevate an ordinary penny into an extraordinary legacy. Because sometimes, the path to wealth isn't found in stocks, real estate, or lottery tickets. Sometimes, it's hidden in the corners of your pocket, lying in wait for someone wise enough to notice. The 1972 no-mint mark Lincoln cent isn't just a coin. It's a reminder that history, luck, and opportunity often come together in the most unexpected ways. And for those who are willing to search, it might just be the coin that changes everything. Yet, hidden in plain sight, it could be worth more than your car, your home, or even a lifetime of paychecks. Today, we're diving into one of the most intriguing and shocking treasures in American numismatics, the 1972 no-mint mark Lincoln cent. A coin so rare, so elusive, it has been known to command jaw-dropping sums, up to $752,000 in top condition. Yes, you heard that right. $752,000. For a penny. A coin you might pass over on a kitchen counter. A coin that might be hiding in your own collection without you even knowing. But what makes the 1972 no-mint mark Lincoln cent so extraordinary? And why are collectors, dealers, and treasure hunters alike willing to risk fortunes just to get their hands on one? The story begins in the United States Mint, 1972, a time when the Lincoln cent was a common, everyday coin, circulating freely across the country. But in that year, something went horribly, or perhaps marvelously, wrong. Due to an unexplained mishap at the Philadelphia Mint, a handful of coins were struck without the D mint mark. Normally, coins produced at the Denver Mint would proudly bear the D, signaling their origin. But a rare batch of 1972 cents slipped through the system completely unmarked. And here's where the magic and danger begins. These no-mint mark pennies were not just unusual, they were effectively errors. A mistake in production that suddenly turned an otherwise ordinary penny into a golden ticket for those who knew its story. For decades, these coins remained hidden, circulating unnoticed in pocket change, jars, and drawers across the country. Some may still be sitting in your wallet right now, but spotting one is no easy task. At first glance, it looks identical to any other 1972 Lincoln cent. You have to know exactly what to look for: the slight difference in die polish, the subtle way the metal was struck, the rare alignment that only appears in this particular error. Many collectors have spent years chasing the ghost of the 1972 no-mint mark penny, only to return empty-handed, frustrated, and obsessed. And then the market speaks, and it doesn't whisper. Over the years, several top-condition examples have sold for truly shocking amounts. A single, flawless specimen fetched a record-breaking $752,000 at auction. $500,000 for a coin smaller than your thumb. Can you imagine holding that in your hand? What would you do if you found one tucked away in a jar of pennies at your grandmother's house? Would you recognize it or toss it aside like a common coin? But let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is where the story gets even more fascinating. The 1972 no-mint mark Lincoln cent isn't just valuable because it's rare. It's valuable because it embodies a secret history. It's a tangible piece of human error, a silent testament to the complex machinery and meticulous systems of the United States Mint. Each coin tells a story of a moment when perfection faltered, creating something utterly extraordinary. And that's what collectors crave, the chance to own a piece of that mystery. Imagine for a moment the tension in an auction room, the crowd silent, eyes locked on a small slab of copper. The gavel strikes, and a new owner walks away with a coin that might never be produced again. That's the thrill, the suspense, the adrenaline that drives the world of rare coins. And the 1972 no-mint mark Lincoln cent is one of the crown jewels in this high-stakes game. Estimates suggest that only a few hundred survive in the hands of collectors, and far fewer are in top, pristine condition. That rarity is what fuels the staggering auction prices. But rarity alone doesn't guarantee wealth. Condition, provenance, and verification all play crucial roles. A coin that looks ordinary to an untrained eye might be worthless, while a coin authenticated and graded by professionals could make someone a millionaire overnight. Even if you don't own one yet, the hunt itself can be electrifying. It's a test of knowledge, patience, and luck. Every jar of pennies, every old coin collection, every dusty drawer could hold the one that changes everything. Some collectors have spent decades searching, and for a lucky few, the payoff has been life-changing. Let's pause and think about this for a moment. A coin minted nearly 50 years ago, overlooked by the masses, has the power to turn an ordinary person into someone who holds a story of fortune in their hands. Isn't that exactly the kind of thrill most of us crave? The idea that hidden in our everyday world, wealth and history are waiting, just beyond the obvious, waiting for the observant, the patient, the daring. Experts predict that as interest in rare coins grows and surviving specimens become even harder to find, their value will continue to rise. Some speculate that the next sale could break the $1 million barrier. And even if you never sell one, just owning this coin is owning a piece of American history, a piece of mystery, a tangible artifact of an era that became priceless. What if the coin that could change your life is already in your collection? What if it's in a dusty jar, overlooked and underappreciated? Will you recognize it, or will you let it slip through your fingers like so many ordinary pennies before it? The 1972 no-mint mark Lincoln cent isn't just a coin. It's a legend, a secret, a symbol of hidden opportunity. It reminds us that even in the most mundane, everyday objects, extraordinary potential can exist. And for those willing to learn, to search, and to act, it offers a chance at something remarkable, a glimpse of wealth, a brush with history, a story that will be told for generations. So, the next time you hold a penny in your hand, look a little closer. Examine the date, the mint mark, or the absence of one. You might just be holding more than copper. You might be holding a treasure worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, waiting for the moment it's finally recognized for the miracle it truly is. And maybe, just maybe, that coin could change your life forever. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that most people pass by every single day, unaware it could be worth more than a house in some parts of the country. A simple penny. Yet this is not just any penny. This is the 1981 no-mint mark Lincoln cent. A coin so rare, so shrouded in mystery, that collectors have reportedly paid up to $592,000 for a single specimen. Yes, you heard that right. $500,000 for a coin smaller than your thumbnail. It starts innocently enough. You reach into your pocket, a clink of change, a moment of routine. Among the quarters and nickels, there it is, a Lincoln cent, shiny, ordinary, or so it seems. But something about it feels different. No mint mark. Just a lone penny, minted in 1981, standing apart from its brothers and sisters in the coin roll. And here's where the story gets dangerous, exciting, and potentially life-changing. Most 1981 cents carry a simple D for Denver or S for San Francisco. But this coin? It bears no mint mark at all. That absence isn't a mistake by the mint. It's a freak of production, a rare anomaly that turns a common coin into a legend. And in the world of numismatics, Rarity equals money. But this is more than just rarity. This is a coin wrapped in mystery, whispered about in collector circles, and hunted like hidden treasure. What makes this coin truly shocking is not just its scarcity. It's the errors, tiny details invisible to the untrained eye, that can send its value soaring. A misaligned die, doubled dates, weak strikes, subtle imperfections that collectors pay fortunes to acquire. These hidden anomalies are like secret codes, a silent scream saying, "I am worth millions to the right eyes." And history has shown that those who recognize these signs early, they become the ones who cash in. It seems absurd, almost impossible. But the market doesn't lie. In top condition, pristine, perfectly preserved, examples of this no-mint mark penny have reportedly sold for $592,000. That's not a typo. That's not a rumor. That's a documented sale. A single coin turning ordinary Americans into instant legends in the coin collecting world. These coins were never meant to exist in large numbers. The mint didn't intend to create a version of the Lincoln cent without a mint mark in 1981. Yet somewhere in the machinery of production, a rare few slipped through the cracks. And now, they are ghosts, phantoms of the minting process, emerging only occasionally in coin rolls, change jars, and forgotten collections. The question is, could one be in your possession right now? Thousands, maybe tens of thousands. And what if, buried among them, is a ticket to unimaginable wealth? A coin that could pay off your mortgage, fund your dreams, or make you the envy of every collector in the nation. It's not science fiction. It's a reality that has happened before, and it can happen again. Collectors describe the thrill of finding one of these pennies as electric. The heart races, palms sweat, and every instinct tells you to hold on to it, to protect it, because you're staring at history and potential fortune all at once. And while most people see a penny, a collector sees possibility, potential, and the silent promise of fortune. But beware, the world of rare coins is not for the faint of heart. For every coin that sells for hundreds of thousands, there are thousands of overlooked, undervalued specimens hiding in plain sight. The difference between wealth and regret often comes down to knowledge, awareness, and timing. Knowing the errors, knowing the details, and knowing what to look for can mean the difference between throwing away a $592,000 coin and pocketing it. Now, imagine you are sitting at your kitchen table, sorting through a roll of pennies, and your fingers brush against something different. You notice the date, the lack of a mint mark, the subtle strike differences that make your pulse quicken. Could this be the one? Could this be your moment? It sounds like fantasy, but for those who have found these pennies, it's life-changing reality. History has always rewarded the patient and the observant. Those who study coins, scrutinize every detail, and never assume common truly means ordinary are the ones who discover hidden treasures. The 1981 no-mint mark Lincoln cent is not just a coin, it's a doorway. A doorway into a world where ordinary moments turn extraordinary, and where a forgotten piece of copper can redefine your life in a heartbeat. So, the next time you reach for your change, remember this story. Look at every penny as more than metal. Look at it as a potential key to untold wealth. Could you be the next collector to unearth a coin worth more than most people earn in a lifetime? Could a single roll of pennies in your drawer hold a $592,000 secret? The odds are slim, but someone has to beat them. Why not you? Fortune favors the vigilant. While most people toss their pennies without a second thought, a rare few pause, examine, and recognize the extraordinary hiding within the ordinary. And for those who do, the rewards are staggering. The 1981 no-mint mark Lincoln cent is more than a coin. It is a legend, a whisper of possibility, and an invitation to dream bigger than you ever imagined. So take a moment. Inspect your coins. Study the dates. Search for the missing mint mark. That tiny penny you've overlooked for decades might just be your ticket to a life you've always imagined. And if you find it, you'll join the ranks of the fortunate few who didn't just see change, they saw destiny. Imagine holding a coin in your hand, just a small, copper penny. Now imagine that same penny could be worth more than your house, more than your car, more than most people ever dream of seeing in a single moment. Sounds impossible, right? Yet, somewhere in the drawers, jars, and dusty coin collections of America, there exists a penny from 1973, no mint mark, that has stunned collectors, confounded experts, and turned ordinary people into instant millionaires. And today, that penny could be sitting quietly in your own home. The 1973 no-mint Mark Lincoln cent isn't just a coin. It's a whisper from history, a secret the U.S. Mint never intended to release, and a golden, or rather copper, ticket to unimaginable wealth. While most pennies from that year are ordinary, worth their face value, a tiny number of these coins carry a hidden anomaly, a subtle flaw that can instantly transform them from pocket change to a life-changing treasure. The answer lies in its rarity, its errors, and the sheer audacity of the market that values it. Imagine a coin that was accidentally struck without the mint mark that would normally identify its origin. The U.S. Mint produces billions of coins every year, and for each one, mint marks are critical. They tell collectors where a coin was born: Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But a 1973 penny without that mark is like a painting missing its signature. It shouldn't exist, yet here it is, defying expectations. And because it's so rare, it has triggered jaw-dropping auctions, sometimes reaching staggering amounts. There are documented cases where a 1973 no-mint mark penny in pristine, top-grade condition has sold for over $812,000. Pause for a second. $812,000 for a coin most people wouldn't even give a second glance. Why aren't people tripping over these pennies in the grocery store? The answer is simple. It's extremely rare. Only a few dozen of these anomalies are thought to exist in top condition. And even among collectors, knowledge of this coin is still somewhat niche, reserved for those who dig deeper, study mint errors, and understand the gold mine hidden in subtle imperfections. The 1973 no-mint Mark Lincoln cent isn't just valuable for being rare. It has specific, identifiable errors that can make or break its worth. Experts look for details like doubling in the date, misaligned strikes, or other minting irregularities that should never appear on an official coin. Some coins have faint hints of a mint mark partially struck, while others are perfectly blank. This variance creates an intense, almost obsessive fascination among collectors. It's like a detective story, where the tiniest clue, an unusual scratch, a faint dot, a misaligned edge, can mean the difference between holding a coin worth a few $100s and holding a coin worth hundreds of thousands, and the market reflects that fascination. Over the years, these coins have reached astronomical sales. Collectors at prestigious auctions have fought tooth and nail to secure even the smallest specimen. $50,000, $100,000, $500,000. The numbers climb higher with each verified sale. One particularly exceptional coin, preserved in near-perfect mint condition, reportedly fetched an incredible $812,000. Imagine walking into a coin shop, casually picking up what looks like an ordinary penny, and discovering it could make you a fortune. Could the coin in your pocket, your change jar, or your father's old collection contain a 1973 no-mint Mark Lincoln cent? History shows it's possible. Many collectors have stumbled across these treasures purely by accident, by simply examining their coins with a discerning eye. And once they realized what they had, the transformation from ordinary citizen to lucky millionaire became a real, tangible possibility. Think about the power of a single discovery. One moment, you're flipping through pennies, bored and dismissive. The next, you're holding a coin that could change your life forever. That's the allure of the 1973 no-mint Mark Lincoln cent. It's not just rare, it's a story waiting to unfold, a suspenseful mystery that could land in your hands at any moment. And the thrill isn't just in owning the coin, it's in the chase. Experts recommend inspecting coins under magnification, looking for anomalies that others might miss, checking the edges, the strike, the date, and the overall condition. The tiniest imperfection or the subtlest deviation could be the difference between ordinary and extraordinary. Every detail counts, and every discovery fuels the excitement, the urgency, and the hope that your ordinary penny jar could conceal a fortune. But beware, time is critical. As more people become aware of this hidden gem, the race intensifies. Rare coins like the 1973 no-mint Mark Lincoln cent are disappearing from private collections, entering high-stakes auctions, and forever vanishing into the hands of seasoned collectors. For those who wait too long, opportunity may pass forever. The thrill of the find is fleeting, and the clock is always ticking. You pick up a penny, You glance at the date. 1973, no mint mark. Your heart skips a beat. Could this be it? Could this coin, which has been quietly sitting in your possession for decades, suddenly be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? The possibilities are electrifying. The suspense is unbearable. And the reality? It's entirely within your reach. The 1973 no mint mark Lincoln cent is more than just a coin. It's a symbol of hidden opportunity, a reminder that extraordinary value can be found in the most ordinary places. It's proof that patience, curiosity, and a keen eye can turn everyday objects into life-altering treasures. And for anyone willing to look, learn, and search, it represents a chance to change everything, from financial security to the very way you see the world around you. So, the next time you dig into your change jar, sort through your old coin collection, or even check that dusty drawer of forgotten pennies, remember this. Somewhere in the US, a 1973 no mint mark Lincoln cent is waiting. It's a coin that has the power to transform lives, a coin that has already made millionaires out of the unsuspecting, and a coin that could, with one simple discovery, turn your ordinary day into an extraordinary moment of fortune. Will you be the next person to uncover it? Will you be the one to hold a piece of history that defies expectation and delivers unimaginable wealth? The answer may already be sitting quietly in your hands, waiting for you to recognize its hidden power. And when you do, the story of your life, just like the story of this incredible coin, will be forever changed. Imagine holding a coin in your hand, one so ordinary that millions of Americans pass by it every day without a second glance. Yet, hidden in plain sight, it could be worth a fortune, a sum that could change your life forever. Today, we're talking about the 1980 Lincoln cent, the no mint mark mystery coin that has stunned collectors and investors alike. One wrong glance, and you could have walked past a piece of history valued at hundreds of thousands of dollars. Or worse, you could have tossed it into a jar of spare change, oblivious to the fortune slipping through your fingers. Yes, you heard that right. The 1980 Lincoln cent, seemingly ordinary, seemingly common, has a secret. A secret that has sparked auctions, whispers in collector circles, and jaw-dropping sales reaching up to $522,000. And while that number might make you doubt its authenticity, experts and certified collectors confirm it. The market has paid, and will continue to pay, astonishing sums for the right coin in the right condition. But how did a single cent, struck decades ago, acquire such unimaginable value? And more importantly, how can you spot one before it's too late? The story begins in the mints of 1980, a time when America was obsessed with coins, but not with errors. The Lincoln cent, already an icon since 1909, was familiar to every household. Yet within these ordinary pennies lurked subtle mistakes, misplaced strikes, doubled dies, faint anomalies that could turn a simple 1-cent piece into a prize coveted by collectors worldwide. These were not mistakes the naked eye could always catch. They were whispers of rarity, secrets embedded in metal, waiting for someone sharp-eyed enough to notice. A slight shift in the die, a tiny irregularity along the rim, or a barely noticeable doubling of Lincoln's profile could instantly transform a penny from everyday pocket change into a coin worth more than most people earn in a year. It sounds like a fairy tale, doesn't it? But history tells us otherwise. Coins with these hidden errors have surfaced in the most unexpected places: old jars in basements, forgotten drawers, even loose change in car cup holders. And when they do, the results are nothing short of shocking. In fact, documented sales show some of these rare 1980 no mint mark Lincoln cents fetching mind-blowing prices. One top-grade example reportedly sold for over $500,000. Imagine holding a coin that could single-handedly pay off your mortgage, fund your dream vacation, or give you financial freedom you've only imagined. That's not hyperbole. That's reality. And it could be lying quietly in your own collection or even your wallet right now. But here's where it gets even more intriguing. The 1980 penny's value isn't just in its scarcity, it's in its story. Every imperfection, every slight variation, is a chapter in a hidden narrative of minting errors, oversight, and the mysterious whims of production lines that were never meant to create million-dollar coins. This is the thrill of coin collecting, the possibility that in the midst of the mundane, something extraordinary waits to be discovered. And the suspense, the heartbeat of every collector, is that no one knows where the next treasure will appear. The shifted letters, the doubled images, the slight depressions or raised areas that the average eye might miss. It takes patience, yes, but the payoff is enormous. Think about it. One careful glance could save you from years of missed opportunity. Are you willing to gamble on ignorance? Or will you train yourself to see what others overlook? And while collectors often dream of the coins that have sold for hundreds of thousands, the reality is that even a mid-grade 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln cent can be worth significantly more than face value. That's the power of rarity and error. It's not just about luck. It's about knowledge, timing, and the willingness to look deeper than anyone else dares. Each coin has a story, each die strike has a secret, and each discovery has the potential to rewrite a life's financial future. The suspense intensifies when you realize that every day, ordinary coins are exchanged, lost, or discarded. Every pocket change, every cashier's till, every jar of pennies holds potential. Somewhere, hidden among the mundane, lies the one coin that could redefine wealth for a lucky few. Could it be in your collection? Could it be in your pocket right now? The answer is both thrilling and terrifying. Yes, it absolutely could be. It means opportunity. It means that the tools of wealth may already be in your hands, disguised as a simple, familiar Lincoln cent. It means that with awareness, patience, and a careful eye, the hidden value of the 1980 no-mint mark penny could become your reality. Millions have walked past these coins, oblivious to their potential. Today, you have a chance to see differently. Today, you have a chance to act. While many will dismiss this as a story of rare coins and luck, the reality is that the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is attention. The difference between a jar of pennies and a life-changing fortune is a willingness to look, to learn, and to recognize the hidden in the ordinary. That 1980 Lincoln cent, with no mint mark and secret errors, is more than metal. It is possibility. It is a tangible reminder that wealth can come in the smallest, most overlooked forms, if you have the vision to recognize it. Could this be the coin that rewrites your story, that turns the everyday into the extraordinary? Because the truth is, right now, in homes, drawers, and wallets across the country, opportunities are waiting. And sometimes, the greatest fortune comes in the smallest of packages, a single Lincoln cent from 1980, carrying a secret only the sharp-eyed will discover. History hides in plain sight, and wealth often wears the disguise of simplicity. That 1980 Lincoln cent could be the key. It could be your key. And one careful look might just be worth more than you ever imagined. Imagine holding a coin in the palm of your hand. A coin so ordinary, so overlooked, that millions of people walk past it every day without a second glance. But what if I told you that hidden among those common cents is a 1977 D Lincoln penny that could be worth more than your car, more than your vacation home, even more than some people make in a lifetime? What if one tiny mistake from decades ago could be your ticket to unimaginable wealth? Yes, you heard that right. A coin minted in Denver in 1977, a coin you've likely seen, held, or even tossed in a jar of loose change, may harbor a secret so shocking that collectors have paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for it. And in rare, pristine cases, the market has reported astonishing sales reaching as high as $866,000. Almost $900,000 for a single penny. Can you even imagine holding that in your hand? This isn't just a story about luck. It's about hidden errors, tiny anomalies that make one ordinary Lincoln cent a potential fortune. The 1977 D Lincoln cent, at first glance, looks like any other penny. The familiar profile of Abraham Lincoln gazing solemnly, the words "In God We Trust" etched above his head, and the familiar liberty to his side. But if you look closer, and I mean really close, the eyes of the eagle-eyed collectors, you begin to see mistakes that the untrained eye would completely miss. These errors, doubled dies, off-center strikes, repunched mint marks, aren't just imperfections. They are the keys to value. The reason a coin that might seem worthless could suddenly become priceless. Imagine discovering that a penny you've kept in a drawer for 40 years has a mint mark stamped twice, or worse, in a slightly crooked fashion. A simple misalignment, a tiny error in the press of the Denver Mint in 1977, and suddenly you're holding what could be one of the most sought-after coins in American history. Not Every 1977 D is worth a fortune. Many are common, mass-produced, and barely worth a cent over face value. The suspense lies in the rarity, in the details that most people don't even know to look for. Collectors scour through thousands of coins, searching for that one anomaly that separates an ordinary penny from a legend. And when they find it, the results are nothing short of dramatic. In top condition, with no scratches, no blemishes, and that all-important mint mark error perfectly preserved, a 1977 D. Lincoln cent can fetch life-changing sums. There have been documented sales in the market where a single coin sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. And while $866,000 might seem like a fairy tale, it is, astonishingly, true. That figure was reported for a 1977 D. Lincoln cent in pristine, near-perfect condition, a coin that went from obscurity in a mint bag to the pinnacle of collector obsession. Just one tiny penny, transforming the life of whoever owned it. How many of these are still out there, hiding in drawers, jars, or old coin collections, completely unrecognized? Could it be sitting in your house right now, overlooked among loose change, waiting for you to notice its hidden power? The thought alone is electrifying. Let's talk about the errors that make this coin so special. One of the most dramatic is the double die, a phenomenon where the image appears to be duplicated slightly off-center. On a 1977 D penny, this could manifest in the words, "Liberty, in God we trust," or even Lincoln's own profile. To the untrained eye, it may look like nothing at all, but for collectors, these subtle doubles are gold. Another highly prized variation is the re-punched mint mark, the D for Denver appearing faintly behind or slightly above its original impression. The minting process in 1977 allowed for these anomalies, and only a fraction of coins exhibit them, which is why some have reached nearly $1 million in auction rooms. Now imagine the rush of discovering one of these coins. The thrill, the disbelief, the urgent need to have it authenticated, graded, and put up for sale. That's the heartbeat of the collector world, the moment when history and fortune collide in a tiny, copper disc. And here's the kicker. Every day, countless coins are being examined, bought, sold, or tossed aside. And yet these rare treasures remain elusive, waiting for someone sharp enough, lucky enough, or persistent enough to find them. And this is where the story takes another twist. The 1977 D penny isn't just valuable because of rarity. It's a symbol of possibility, a reminder that extraordinary wealth can appear in the most ordinary places, that the overlooked and ignored can suddenly become iconic. It's the American dream cast in copper, a coin so small, yet potentially life-altering. Who wouldn't want to sift through coins, imagining the possibility that a fortune might be hiding in plain sight? You reach into a jar of coins, your hand brushes against something smooth, perfectly round, yet slightly different. You lift it, inspect it under a light, and notice a subtle double die or a shifted D mint mark. Your heart races. Could this be it? Could this be the coin that transforms your life? That's the suspense, the thrill, the tension that has collectors hooked and motivates everyday people to start checking their change with new eyes. And the payoff is real. We're not talking about fantasy. Documented sales, verified by coin grading services, show that the right 1977 D penny in pristine condition can enter the realm of hundreds of thousands, even approaching $1 million. For some, it's more than a coin. It's proof that patience, knowledge, and a keen eye can unlock unimaginable rewards. One of them could be extraordinary. One could be your ticket to wealth. One could be a 1977 D. Lincoln cent hiding an error so rare, so subtle, that it has the power to change lives. The only way to find out is to look closely, examine carefully, and never underestimate the power of a single coin. Because in the world of rare coins, the difference between nothing and nearly $1 million is as small as a misplaced D on a tiny penny minted in 1977. Open those drawers, check those jars, and inspect every coin with new eyes. The 1977 D. Lincoln cent isn't just history, it's possibility. And for someone with luck, knowledge, and a keen eye, it could be destiny waiting to be claimed.